It was the Heritage Day long weekend in September, and Kleinjan decided to take Nikita on a safari. They will cover the cattle trails. She hasn't been out of the village much since he arrived there, and he thinks that she would enjoy it. She, on the other hand, was absolutely burning to get the Unimog into the bush. It's been months that it's been standing in the garage. And since the canopy was fitted, she was itching to get that thing into the bush. Let's see how this goes. Enjoy it. They entered the reserve from the southeastern side, and their first obstacle was to cross the Spion Valley. Now, in the wet season, the Spion River is running, but in the dry season, this is very dry. It is very dusty and there's not a lot of traction. So it becomes a challenge. It is a steep decline and then a very steep incline. And if the vehicle loses traction, it can very easily slip down the side of the valley and roll over. The way Nikita handled the vehicle down the hill and through the river bed gave Kleinjan some comfort. Obviously, this girl knows this vehicle well and she can handle it. He sat quietly and every now and then just gave her some advice and some things to look out for. But all in all, she had the vehicle under control. They cleared Hangover Ridge and Kleinjan was relieved. This was a tough climb and he was worried about the big vehicle against the side hill. But the girl handled the vehicle perfectly and now she was streaming down the valley. It is a long, steady decline towards Tokeloshe Bush, and it was also at this moment that Kleinjan spotted the vehicle in the rearview mirror, and he let out a stream of obscenities. Nikita looked at him and then looked in the mirror and asked, "What is this?" And he said, "That's the local fauna and flora guy. But that's a story for another day. Just ignore it." During the wet season, this plain turns into a wetland, and there's a lot of wildlife and a lot of water. But now it is very, very dry. Black rock was now in front of them, and Kleinjan explained to Nikita that this gives her a good indication of how much they will have to climb to get out of the valley. Black rock was now behind them, and Nikita could feel that the vehicle is beginning to take strain. This is a steep climb, and they're only at the foothill, but she can feel that they're losing traction, and she's got her hands full. The little girl is jumping around behind the controls to keep this big vehicle under control and going in the right direction, because making a mistake here can be costly. Hell's Gate is no joke. The vehicle was struggling with very little traction, and Kleinjan watched her from the corner of his eye, and at some stage he just started to smile. She was uttering words in Russian that he had no idea what it meant, but he could see in her face that it was not words that should usually be used in mixed company. He just laughed, and she battled with the vehicle. But the girl knows her thing, and she understands this vehicle. And she also are very aware of the dangers of losing traction and going sideways. There was a hell of a drop on the right-hand side of that vehicle. Grinder Pass is notorious, and Kleinjan has salvaged many vehicles from here. He just calmly informed her that whatever she does, she must stay away from the right-hand side, because it is an ugly drop there. They reached the top of Grinder's Pass, and Kleinjan looked at Nikita. He could see that she was tired. Driving a Unimog is not easy, and this little girl had her hands full with a big 6x6. But Kleinjan was very, very impressed with how she handled the big machine, and he guided her towards one of Wilhelmina's tented camps. Right at the gate to the camp, disaster struck. The trailer lost a wheel. Kleinjan called Smitty on the radio to ask him to come and help fix the thing. Grinder's camp is really a nice camp, and after a hot shower, they gathered in the boma to have a braai. They spent a few hours sitting there talking, and for the first time, Nikita told Kleinjan some of her background. He just listened in silence. This is an amazing girl, but there is a lot of stories for the future. For now, it is time to get into bed, because tomorrow is going to be a rough day, and there is some serious passes that they must go through. I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun.